Welcome to Independent Christian Artist Showcase with your host, Adina Madden. Independent Christian Artist Showcase spotlights Christian indie artists and their music. Now here's Adina.
Welcome to the Independent Christian Artist Showcase. I'm Adina Madden, and today I'm here with Traylor, and I'm going to talk to him about his music and his life. So, Les, I first want to ask you about your early life. What were your childhood and early adult years like?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate the
Oh,
opportunity
it's
to
my
sit down and
pleasure.
chat with you. So, early life, wow, that goes way back. So, how far do you want to go back? I mean,
As far
uh,
back as you want to.
well, just growing up, I started off life with my grandmother for about the first 2 years of my life. Then kind of transitioned back to home with my mom and my stepfather. Of course, their marriage did not last, but we grew up always with a strong sense of faith and devotion to Christ in our family, despite the stuff that was going on. We were not wealthy people by any stretch of the imagination, but we got by with God's grace. And of course, music has always been a long-standing thing in my life. I've been doing music, gosh, since I was about 7 years old. Started out playing trombone and actually went to college later on as a music major, and that's pretty much it. Through high school, was in band and played some sports, and then of course I joined the military after high school. So that's the early life.
Yes. I was going to say you're a veteran. And can you tell us a little bit about your military years?
Sure. So started out after high school, I went into the Marine Corps and, just had a strong desire to get more education. So when I finished up my time in the Marine Corps, went to college, North Central Bible College at the time. And then after college, just, I don't know, I felt this strong urge of I should go back in the military. And of course, I joined the military again in 98, January of 98, and then stayed until 2015 when I retired out of the active duty.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I served I spent most of my time in special operations. I typically don't bring that up, but
Yeah.
I spent most of my time in special forces. I was a Green Beret, and I did that for 14 years before retiring.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
When did you come to the Lord, and were there any circumstances that influenced your decision?
Wow. So, truth is, it was impulsive, but it was also something I knew I needed to do. It was funny. I can tell you exactly when and where I was when that happened. My mom and I and my sister had gone to Chicago to the old McCormick Center. Catherine Kuhlman was the speaker.
Oh, I
I am
loved
not
her.
kidding you. I am not kidding you. So we were sitting way up, and what's his name started singing "Just as I Am," right at the altar
Mhm.
call. And it was one of those moments where I was on my feet and headed down to the altar before my mom could grab me by the collar and pull me back to my seat. So I went down, and it was at that point in 1975 that I gave my life to the Lord. Yeah, and have been
That's
doing
cool.
my best to serve him since then. So,
That's close to around the same time I gave my life to the Lord.
very cool. Very cool.
Okay, so when did you start writing songs?
So actually, I was kind of late to the game when it comes to, most kids, well, I say most kids, but most musicians, most artists kind of start writing when they're, in their preteen to teen years, and they pick up a guitar or a keyboard and they start writing about that time. Um, I didn't really do that, partly because, I left high school and went to the military, but then I got out and went to college, and that's when I kind of started writing. I had a professor by the name of Dave Peaty, who was had a contemporary songwriting class at school, and so
Oh,
I just kind
cool.
of started in that, and I started. That's kind of where the journey started. And then, of course, when I graduated when I graduated college, then I went back in the military, and of course, then the war kicks off, and so my attention turned to
Mhm.
other places. But I've always been a person who kind of still journaled. Even though I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
actively songwriting, I was journaling. So I was capturing my thoughts. I was even writing creative thoughts in some cases. So
Hmm.
um, that was one of those things. But then after the military, I kind of was like, okay, God, I'm out of the military. Now what? Where does music fit in my life and in my
Hmm.
family's life, and so on? And so just after a little bit of prayer and some confirmation from my wife and some really close trusted men, I started throwing myself back into songwriting and recording.
That's awesome. Tell us about Walk Through the Fire. I know that you've been getting some attention in regards to that song. What I want to know is what influenced you to write it?
So, yeah, it was actually one of those moments where I was actually sitting doing my morning devotional, and I happened to be reading the story about in Daniel 3 about the three young men that were faced with the challenges of societal pressure and bowing down and giving in and compromising what they believed. Um,
Mhm.
to basically appease a man or another person, and they were basically unafraid to stand and say, no, this isn't who we are, and this
Mhm.
is and so I kind of wanted to take that concept and spin it into a song that could be relatable to where we are today, with some of the societal issues we're dealing with all the division and anger and that people are feeling toward one another, and just
Yeah.
kind of there's and social media, not to knock on social media because I have a social media presence,
Mhm.
but social media can fuel that sometimes. And if you don't have a mature understanding, it's like, oh, you're a Christian, you're one of those closed-minded people, and it's really not true. But and people are like, well, you can't say this or you can't say that. I'm like, I can, um, and
Mhm.
I refuse to compromise who I am, what I am, for the sake of convenience, so that you don't feel triggered or what have you, whatever
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
terminology is these days. So.
Yeah. Walk Through the Fire.
When this crazy world I live in tries to drag me down, breaks against the shore. When the boat I'm in keeps a rocking and the sails of faith are torn, I will put my trust in the one I know will rescue me once more. I will walk through the fire. I will not fear the flames. I will let them consume me till ashes are all that remains. Then I'll rise a new creation from the embers and the smoke. This world's gonna witness how God saved me from the darkness of death's stroke. Now it might seem I'm dead and gone, that I finally met my end. But if you wait around for the smoke to clear, I haven't been laid to rest. I don't know what you've been told, I was only being purified. Cause there is always someone else in the fire to help me to the other side. I will walk through the fire. I will not fear the flames. I will let them consume me till ashes are all that remains. Then I'll rise a new creation from the embers and the smoke. This world's gonna witness how God saved me from the darkness of death's stroke.
All right, so we're back now. And Les, can you tell us about Right Now?
Sure. So Right Now is one of those songs. It's kind of an intimate look, a little more introspective, and just a statement that, hey, you know, right here is where I want to be. I don't want to be out of your presence. And it's one of those, and I just was like, I was in a time in life where I was like, I'm kind of satisfied with what I've got, you know, and it wasn't necessarily, it was when I look at like the material things that I have and all this other stuff. Yeah, it was all great, but I was looking at more the things that were valuable to me. And it was right here is right now, is, you know, kind of, well, I say right now, but it's Right Here is the name of the song. Sorry. Is
Sorry, I did
this is-
mess up on that.
Oh, that's fine. We Right Here is it's there's no place I'd rather be than in your presence
Yes.
is really the bottom line of the song.
Mhm. And I've already told you before, but shortly after my mom passed away, this is one of the songs that really ministered to me. And so I appreciate you writing it, and I must have listened to it 4 or 5 times for one night.
Appreciate that. I'm honored.
Now let's listen to Right Here by Les.
Here in your presence, filled with wonder, stirred by a love that never fails. I've seen the lightning and the thunder, been through the tempest and the waves. You've always been the closest through the trials of my life. I know I can count on you. You prove it every time. Right here, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than holding tight to the one who gladly sacrificed his life. It's clear I no longer belong to me, but to the Son of God whose love rescued me right here. Overwhelmed by your mercy, overcome by your grace. Your Spirit speaks to me in whispers, lifting me from where I've been. Now I want to live for you, no matter what it takes. You will guide me through this life, whatever comes my way. Right here, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than holding tight to the one who gladly sacrificed his life. It's clear I no longer belong to me, but to the Son of God whose love rescued me right here. Right here. No fear or doubt can shake my soul. You walked with me into every storm, through the trials and toward the triumph. Your love has carried me along. Right here, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than holding tight to the one who gladly sacrificed his life. It's clear I no longer belong to me, but to the Son of God whose love rescues me right here. Right here. Oh, right here.
Tell us about Rock of Ages.
So Rock of Ages is one of my, actually, it was one of my favorite church hymns growing up. Rock of Ages, cleft for me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to put more of a modern spin on it, where it was like
Yeah.
relatable to like a whole new like audience, rather than the old school tent meeting kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
song. And so growing up at a time where there was a lot of southern rock roots, and that was really the genre I was really in. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
going to write this song so that it's kind of a more upbeat kind of like pounding song. And so that's kind of was the catalyst of it. It just took the old hymn and kind of gave it something new, and hopefully it's fresh enough that people like it. I'm actually
Mhm.
looking at maybe in the future doing a remix of it, because I was looking at it and I thought I found some rooms for some improvement and to give it even more punch. So that was actually
cool.
my very first recording. And so, for what it was, it turned out great, but you can never be satisfied with something just being okay.
Now, let's listen to Rock of Ages.
When I'm up on a mountain, high above the trees, Lord, your goodness and mercy follows me. And when I'm down in a valley, feeling low, Rock of Ages, that's where you go. So let the water and the blood rush through my heart. Help us on my own, don't let your grace depart. Fountain of living water, come wash me clean. Rock of Ages, on you I lean. Rock of Ages, cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. Oh, you set me free, breathe life in my bones. Rock of Ages, you saved my soul. From my hands, no earthly thing, only to your cross will I cling. Let me see with open eyes your mysteries. Rock of Ages, your praise I'll sing. Rock of Ages, cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee. Oh, you set me free, breathe life in my bones. Rock of Ages, you saved my soul. Now from that stone flow streams of grace, where guilt and shame are swept away. Cleanse me now, give me new life. Wash me, Savior, till I'm purified. From that stone flow streams of grace, where guilt and shame, they are swept away. Cleanse me now, give me new life. Wash me, Savior, till I'm purified. For me, let me hide
So, another song that you wrote is Gold Star Town.
Yes.
And I would like for you to tell people what you are, what you were thinking about when you wrote it. And if some people don't understand it, explain what it is.
Sure. So, man, as you mentioned, I spent a lot of time in the military. And I just, I was reading an article one time online, and the article was about uh, people that we had lost in battle and what we
Yeah.
considered Gold Star service members. But I also got to thinking about in the article, it mentioned that the average citizen soldier of our active military comes from a town of a population of 5,000 people or less. And what
Oh,
that
wow.
did, yeah, I know, right? And so it got me to thinking about what the impact of like losing Jerry the mechanic or Bob the mailman, from
Yeah,
your
yeah.
community the impact that would have, not just on the person's family. And while we honor the military service member, and a lot of times we honor their families, we don't think about it from the broader perspective of the impact that it has on a community that small.
Yeah.
And so that's where the concept of a Gold Star town came in, because it's not just the family members of the service member that the service member that's grieving and feeling the loss. It's actually the whole community in some of those cases,
Yeah.
where and so here in my local area in Florida, we have a place called Paget Park, and it's named after a good friend of mine. And he was killed in Afghanistan, and so our area is a small area, closely knit, and so it was a proper tribute to him, and so and it also expressed the loss that the community felt.
Yeah, that's really good. I really like that song, and I really love this song, Gold Star Town.
A folded flag sits on the mantle. He carried it into battle. It was draped across the box that brought him home. Now it sits as a reminder to a man baptized by fire, who won't fade from the memories of those who loved him most. There's a gold star in the sky tonight, brighter than all the rest, keeping watch over those he loves. It's just what he does best. If you look up after sundown, you'll see him rising proud, a beacon of light over this Gold Star town. 8 years, 3 weeks, who's counting, since we fought upon that mountain. All hell broke loose, and suddenly he's gone. Hung his picture down at the diner, our tribute to this soldier. Through the years, parades and tears, we still feel the loss. And there's a gold star in the sky tonight, brighter than all the rest, keeping watch over those he loves is just what he does best. If you look up at the sundown, you'll see him rising proud, a beacon of light over this Gold Star. quiet above the glow of the porch lights. He's standing over us each night right till the break of dawn. And there's a gold star in the sky tonight, brighter than all the rest, keeping watch over those he loves. Is just what he does best. If you look up at the sundown, you'll see him rising proud, a beacon of light over this gold star town. A beacon of light over this gold star town.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about when you're writing, do you do your own instrumentation or do you have somebody that helps you with it, or is it a combination of both? Or
Yeah, it really depends. A lot of times, so I'm a very meticulous about lyrics. I mean, so I usually get a hook in my head, or a melodic line, and that's
Mhm.
usually kind of the start of it. And I'll go in my little studio room. We call it the studio, but it's actually a spare bedroom. Uh, and I'll sit down at a keyboard and just kind of start figuring out the chords and that kind of thing. Uh, a lot of times what I'll do is once I just typically chord along with the melody, but then,
Mhm.
you know, like if I hear guitars, I'll send it off to a friend of mine who's a guitar player, or I'll send it off to a friend of mine, very close friend of mine who's probably the best keyboard player I know, piano player I know, and I'll let them develop the parts for that and send it back, and then at least I've got a good basis for what we would, you know, we in the music industry consider like a rough or a demo, a scratch demo kind
Mhm.
of thing.
Are you working on any other projects at the moment, and where can people give to your ministry?
So yes, I am working on new music. I've got a bunch of stuff that's really, I think, ready to go right now. And I do have a Patreon page, and it's just Les Trailer at Patreon, or I forget the actual
Mhm.
um, moniker that they use for that. It's like Atlas Trailer Music or something.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you know, so or you can go to my webpage, lestrailermusic.com.
okay.
And that's another way to either find my music and download it. If you want to make a purchase of the song, you can do that. But otherwise, I'm streaming on all platforms. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so it's just that's the one thing I do love about the speaking of indie musicians, that's the one thing I do appreciate about social media and streaming platforms is, you know, not that labels are bad, but you can kind of bypass the labels, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And you you can get more of a
Mhm.
following as a result of being an
Uh,
independent musician, you know.
I've met several professionals that have said, skip
Yeah.
the label, make your own label.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I've
So
done, you know. I've got
that's awesome.
yeah.
This has been an Independent Christian Artist Showcase, and I've been speaking with Les Traylor, and we're going to put his information up on the screen so you can see it. And I'm asking you to give to his project, and we want to see good music, more good music come out of all of this.
Thanks for having me. It's been enjoyable.
It was my honor. Thank you.